I have been waiting over a year to finally be able to talk publicly about this movie. And now that it has been released to the general public, I can say my opinions on this film a year after when I first saw an unfinished version of this movie have not changed. Hello everyone, my name is Max Aaron James. This is a review of the movie Megalopolis, written and directed by Francis Ford Coppola, even funded by Coppola personally, and we saw what happened to last time he did that. He ended up filing bankruptcy. Granted, Apocalypse Now was also self-funded, and that movie gained some success. But how often do we really see that happening? Megalopolis is about two conflicting parties using their influence, their power, financial power specifically, to gain control of a certain audience particularly, or gain control of a specific part of the city and build this, what they feel is best for the city, or what they claim is best for the city. And it turns out that two of the conflicting parties, or two people that are kind of going at one another, are of the same family, but there is a third party going at or going against them, and that is the mayor. This movie is supposed to be a fable, a Roman tragedy, a look at what if modern day had something similar to a Roman Empire with the modern day aesthetic, ideas, social traditions. What if we had a modern day empire? And clearly this was a passion project. I'm not sure what ideas or philosophies inspired such a concept, but clearly there was no real story there, and we get this mess. And whatever it is that Coppola is trying to get across here, we never really get it through the story. We just get it through unnecessarily long conversations full of exposition, some quotes, and monologues that are clearly for the audience. I feel like this is an example of not only ambition, because there are a lot of comments of this is overly ambitious, but I think this is ego blinding the creator of the clear problems that are presented here. And remember the trailer that had to be taken down? That's how messy this entire film was. We have scenes that contribute nothing to the plot, elements that only convolute the narrative, characters with no development, created simply to be a challenge to our protagonist, and visuals that are more of a distraction. There's even a sci-fi, somewhat supernatural element here that does not take away nor contribute to the story, and if you were to remove it, nothing would change in this narrative. And so I wondered why, or what was the point of adding that element here, or giving that to Adam Driver's character, and what was the point of having scenes where we are shown this element and this sci-fi otherworldly event happening that didn't present any ideas, any themes, didn't change my mind about how I was seeing the film. Of the few reviews that I've read or seen posted out somewhere on the internet that are relatively positive, a lot of people have complimented the visuals, and I will admit that some of the set designs are pretty good. I really like how they look, and even some of the color grading was appealing, some of it, but overall it still looked ridiculous. I think the CGI was bad, and I understand it was self-funded, but come on. And honestly, I think the visuals only bothered me, or the CGI specifically only bothered me, because the story, everything else about the movie was so bad, so how could I not pay attention to that? And I've seen many films that do not have the best CGI, but the story itself is pretty good, so I'm able to kind of pull back on my criticisms about the visuals. You have Giancarlo Esposito, Natalie Emmanuel, Lawrence Fishburne, Adam Driver, Jon Voight, Aubrey Plaza, Catherine Hunter, who, in my opinion, delivered the best performance of the year in the movie The Front Room. I forgot the name of it because the movie itself was pretty bad. It was very forgettable. At the age that Coppola is, and considering his career and successes, considered to many people one of the greatest directors or filmmakers of all time, for whatever reason, people have their own opinions, I would understand not really caring so much about what critics say, again, because of the position that you're in and your time in the industry. I mean, at this age, why worry so much about what critics have to say or what other people want to give you notes on? Martin Scorsese talked about that in an interview last year, I believe it was last year, that he just wants to make what he wants to make, and I respect that and I get that. I feel it is a pretty unfair comparison considering Scorsese has a incredible track record, and even his worst film is still watchable. 9 people walked out of the theater when I went to go watch this, and I was so happy for them to have the strength to just walk away, to step out without waiting for this to finish, and me over here torturing myself to be like, just so I could say I finished this movie so I can officially give my critique, even though you could give your critique halfway through the movie. If it's bad, it's bad. And I understand I am part of this noise that is bashing this movie, that says how horrible it is. But if you really enjoy this movie, kudos to you. I will fully support you telling your opinion, and I will defend you. I will not defend the movie, I will just defend you, because you should have your opinion on it. And everyone has different taste, everyone likes different things. Some people feel that Coppola can do no wrong. Other people just like the visuals and really appreciate the potential that is there, but potential does not always get you far. Until next time, y'all take care of each other, check up on one another, make sure you check up on yourself, and remember, potential has no limit.